we're reading on Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 15, and the title is named Shameful Ingratitude. But thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playest the harlot because of thy renown, and pouredst out thy fornications on everyone that passed by. His it was, and of thy garments thou didst take, and decked thy high places with divers colors, and placed the harlot thereupon. The light thing shall not come, neither shall it be so. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them, and tokest thy broidered garments and coveredst them. And thou hast set my oil and mine incense before them. My meat also, which I gave thee, thy fine flour and oil and honey, wherewith I fed thee, thou hast even set it before them for a sweet savor. And thus it was, said the Lord Yahawah. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Resist of thy whoredoms a small matter, that thou hast slain my children, and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, going back to the analogy of, the rich man and the poor woman. You know what I'm saying? The man takes the woman in. The man takes the woman in, from the condition she was in, from her poor state, and she living lavish, she living good, she eating good, But once again, the same thing goes us for us men too. At some point, the woman gets bored. She gets bored, and she, she's, for a certain period of time, she's used to the goodies. She's used to the life. What does she do? She starts fucking up, man. The same way how we did against the Lord, man. The weaker vessels gonna always, end up doing this, man. At least in today's time. And we are considered, the weaker vessel, towards Yahawah Bahasham outside. Because the Lord is above us, man. The Lord is above man. You know what I'm saying? Even in today's time, man, so you get a fine piece, a good looking woman, this and that, y'all hit it off, and you into like a good relationship, a good decent relationship, and just at some point the woman just stops doing shit, stops doing certain shit, that she was doing when y'all first met each other, man. Cause she get, cause she's so used to you, this and that, right? Cause she just gets bored, and at a certain point before y'all split, I'm saying, some type of serious major conflict happens, man. Or you might catch her phone, and you see how she texting somebody behind your back, constantly sneaking, come to find out, she starts cheating on you, man. You found out that she cheated on you. I'm saying, this is what we did against Yahawah Bahasham outside as a nation, man. As we just read, we started, taking the fine golds and, and the fine silvers, and made images of men, graven images unto ourselves, man. We started worshiping these things, sacrificed, our very own children, made them cause to, to pass through the fire, an example of when it says how, you made children caught, to pass through the fire. is you giving, your sons and daughters into these other idols, man. You know what I'm saying, for example, like Christianity, you know, us, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all big on doing that, man. Especially the Latin tribes and, the Northern Kingdom, you know, what is it, communion, whatever it is, we are baptized as a baby. That's, the Bahasham outside is in the heaven looking at that in great vexation, man. That's another major one. Another major one is these abortion clinics, man. Planned Parenthood. How are you making your little ones to pass through the fire? You make your little ones to pass through the fire when you sacrificing your baby fetus to these clinics, man. These are altars. Man, Esau be using these same fetuses for his idols, man. Y'all may hear that and think how fucking bugged out and crazy it is, but it's the truth, man. This devil knows who we are, man. This nigga knows who the fuck we are. He knew who we are before we knew, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he sets up these Planned Parenthoods and these clinics and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because because he know Jake's like the pop, man. And in the poverty, Jake may not have it. And what does Esau do? He slides in this, these clinics for you to make the the worst decision. For you to commit a great offense towards the living power. That's why, you are sacrificing little ones to pass through the fire, man. But letting Esau stick you up and destroy you, fucking rip up your fetus and shit, and murder your baby, man. I'm saying that's literally what you're doing, man. You walk up into these clinics and shit, that's what you're doing, man. This video might get taken down, man, but it's what it is, man. It's the truth. I'm saying? But, verse 20, moreover thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters whom thou hast born unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? That thou hast slain my children and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them, and in all thy abominations and thy whoredoms, thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou wast naked and bare and was polluted in thy blood. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe unto thee, saith the Lord Yahawah, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be a board, and hast opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms. This is Jake talking, man. You open your fucking legs to every fucking, dude that passed by, and you make yourself a whore unto these people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did as a nation, man. Verse 26, thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians. thy neighbors great of flesh, and has increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger. Behold, therefore I stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thy ordinary food, and delivered thee into the will of them that hate thee, the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd way. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast unsatiable. Yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto Chaldee, and yet was not satisfied, and yet thou was not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine heart, said the Lord Yahawah, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an imperious whorish woman, and that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and has not been as an harlot, in that scorn is higher, like in that thou scorn is higher, but as a wife that committeth adultery, man, which taketh strangers instead of her husband. You know, it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, you know, us as a nation was being like a regular harlot, man. No, man. You had a husband before, man. Well, shit, at some point before a harlot becomes a harlot, they had a husband first. But I'm saying we had a husband, I'm saying, a loving and caring husband, and the first thing we did was just straight commit whoredom against him, man. You know, like literally, like, you know how, like, you know, a woman, you know, so lucky if I get too vulgar and shit, but you know, and you know, to get too explicit and all that, but you know how, like, a woman, when she, she, at first point she gets her first body, you know, at first point, you know, she catch her first body and shit, you know, and and she's with that man, and then they end up like splitting, you know, and then she ends up finding, you know, another fling, you know, and then she, for a certain period of time, they start dating, and then boom, you know, they end up splitting again, and then it just constant chain reaction, and then at some point, you know, the woman just becomes a fucking straight harlot, man. You know, well, what we did, you know, I'm saying, we literally, it's like, the Most High was our first, I'm saying, and we just went straight into, it wasn't like, like a, we split, we just went to another thing. No, man, we just went straight to be a harlot, man. Went straight to be a harlot, man. You know? That's why, I'm reading it again. Verse 30, how weak is thine heart, said the Lord Yahawah, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an imperious, whorish woman, and that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and has not been as a harlot, and that thou scornest higher, but as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband, man. Just, it's lucky if I, I don't believe I said that correctly, but the analogy. But pretty much, man, at the end of the day, we just went straight into, adultery against Yahawashi outside. I'm saying just straight committed adultery against Yahawashi outside. Fornication against him, man. Spiritually, man. I'm saying, because we, started crying out, after other gods and sacrificing after these other nations and shit, and serving these other idols, Verse 33. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none follow thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary. Yeah, man. You know, I'm saying that's Jake, man. Jake go the extra limit when they, you know, with anything they do. Forget that precept, but they have done, you know, worse than the wicked themselves. Or if you paraphrasing, try to find it. Flocking, man. So bear with me. It's lucky, yeah. But for the sake of time, I can't find it right now. But pretty much, the precept where it talks about, how Jake, has done even worse than the wicked, man. You know, I'm saying, like Jake in Hollywood, like shit, like Beyonce and shit, and the same book of Ezekiel where it talks about, how pretty much the Lord showed Ezekiel, to a peeping hole, and go peep what, the abominations that Jake be doing behind closed doors, and it just, and Ezekiel went and looked, and it was just sick, and the Lord said, I bet. If you're sick by that, go peep this. Go see what they're doing right here. And then Ezekiel saw that and was even more fucked up by that. And Lord said, all right, bet. Go see this now. And just kept on getting worse and worse and worse and worse on what we were doing, man. And it was just bad. It was bad, man. Lord knows what goes on behind closed doors, what Jake is doing. Especially in today's day and age, man. Don't let me get started, with these Jake celebrities, man. Beyonce's, all that, man. What they gotta do to keep that fame, man. And Jake worldwide, man. You got Jake that's into, fucking witchcraft, all types of madness, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, like Jake does worse than the heathen, man. Jake does worse than the heathen, man. Because Jake, whatever they touch, they great at everything they do. So it makes sense how they, So reading on, verse 34. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none follow thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord Yahawashi. Thus said the Lord Yahawah, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children which thou didst give unto them, Behold, therefore I give